Hello Gemini, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess, here to do your reading for the week of October 7 through to the 13th. My goodness, I put a new tablecloth on my table and it just keeps moving around everywhere. Thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. I'm really grateful that I have you on board with me, and thank you for watching my videos. Please don't forget to like and share too, to get me moving along. That would be wonderful. Now, if the readings don't resonate with you, then you can move on to another reader, or alternatively you can check out your moon, your rising and ascendant, and or your Venus, because sometimes they have messages for you there. So I'm just trying to make sure you're in the frame properly. Okay, so cards we're using today are the Ellen Dugan Witches Tarot. I think I've covered most things. Thank you again though. Okay, so, oh, ouch. The Tower. I've seen this a few times today, so it doesn't surprise me at all with Venus retrograde in action at the moment, because it does tend to wake us up to a lot of things, move us away from things that don't serve us, make us unhappy with things. So it does not surprise me the Tower is here. And the Tower generally talks about breaking down the structures that you have put in place for yourself. So it might be around your thinking, where you've created illusions for yourself, where things aren't real, where you've grown up with beliefs around certain things that no longer serve you. It can be a relationship no longer serves you. It could be you facing the fact that you need to move forward on something that you perhaps didn't want to address. But it'll be interesting to see which area for life this comes out in here. Okay, so first card we have out is the Seven of Swords, and I've seen this little guy a few times today too, and he's mostly come up and felt quite like people are dealing with deceitful people. So there seems to be this general feel, Gemini, around people's relationships at the moment, sort of facing up to what in their relationship hasn't served them. Now, the Seven of Swords talks about deceit, trickery, thieving, all those sort of things. So it may not relate to that, but very often when we see the Tower breakdown, it may be because you've had some deceit in a relationship, whether that be work or in your personal life, that has led to changes in your life. So it could be that that is what's happening here. The next card out is the card of Temperance, and this doesn't surprise me following up the Seven of Swords, because this says to me that you've had to bring some balance back into your life after something not working the way you wanted it to. Now, the Temperance talks about sort of having balance, like your equally balanced head, emotions, your intuition's on point. Everything in your life is probably where you need it to be. And I feel like this is where you are at the moment. Now, the Seven of Swords could be something that's happened to you. It could be something that has affected you somehow. So we need to work out why. Because to me, it looks like your life is very balanced at the moment. You're in a really good place. But you've been carrying around some sort of burden for a while. You've got the Ten of Wands next, and that says to me that your life has been very burdened. What I will say to you is this is the end of a cycle. The Ten of Wands talks about the end of the cycle. So you're about to put these wands down and start a new cycle. So something, either you've straightened your life back out after having this Tower moment and moving into this energy of Temperance, or over the next week or so, something will happen. And it may be seen as something deceitful, although I feel really reluctant to put that out there with the Seven of Swords until we have more information. But it could be that something happens from that Tower that sends you into the Tower moment and pushes you to find some balance in your life. But at the end of the day, you're putting these ones down. So whatever this is, whatever this energy is here, you're about to put it down and move on. Okay. And then we have the Six of Wands. So you're moving on to some sort of victory here after maybe being the victim of some sort of deceitful episode. I do like it that you've brought this temperance in, though, because that says to me that you found some balance here after some sort of difficult situation. I'm still not sure, Gemini, but I'm sure we'll find out. So it definitely means victory for you here. You've definitely come into a period of time where you're feeling quite recognised. And I feel like this Six of Wands, the Knight in the Six of Wands is looking back at the Ten of Wands. So maybe you feel victorious because you've seen through this and you know where you want to move ahead. Okay. And then we've got the Ace of Cups. Now, this is a very, very unusual reading here. Now, the Ace of Cups is what you're looking for here. And I think you've gone after it with somebody who hasn't been the right person for you. And it's created some sort of disruption in your life with the Tower. And I feel like now you are understanding self-love and being able to move on here. So this could be that you're recognizing about love for yourself. I'm not quite sure still. It's a little bit obscure. I like a challenge. Yeah, there's some sort of karmic event here. There's some sort of karma. I feel like you've had a relationship with someone that wasn't meant for you and you've had to walk away. It could be that you found yourself in some sort of narcissistic relationship and you've somehow managed to keep balance through this because you're coming out victorious and able to put this down. This is some sort of karmic relationship you've had here. But what it's taught you is how to love yourself. And that's why you've been able to walk away. I feel like there's been some sort of event that's just brought down this structure completely. And this is you now. Okay. You've been taught something here. You've been through some sort of a lesson with somebody. So it's a lesson that's taught you how you need to look at yourself and how important you are within a relationship. And I don't feel that you've done that. I feel that you've either had a very narcissistic person, you've had someone who was quite cruel, may have cheated on you, but definitely did the wrong thing. This is definitely a loved one, this reading, because you've had to walk away from something, even though you had, I think you had an idea that this wasn't working. Sorry, losing my voice there. Frog in my throat. I feel you've had to walk away from something. I think you thought it could work, but you've really understood that it hasn't worked because the other person hasn't loved you back. It's been unrequited. The love has not been there for you. And you've had to walk away now, understanding that, you know, sometimes you have to love yourself. And this is you taking your power back in the situation. So what you've been able to do through this situation is understand that you've had to have balance and you can move into this energy of pushing yourself forward. And you've had to do that. Look, I don't know what sort of relationship this was and how long it went on for, but I feel like you either sort of had an idea it wasn't working, or someone's done something to make you realise that they haven't truly loved you or haven't loved you the way you should be loved. Because you're definitely walking away with this Chariot card and moving on to something better. The Knight of Pentacles comes in after that, and the Knight of Pentacles talks about an offer of stability. And this offer here, I feel, is an offer now that you're offering yourself. I'm really quite surprised the Nine of Pentacles isn't here, because I think this reading is really, really about how you've recognised that you are the one to bring love and stability into your life, not someone else. Definitely feels that way. Oh, and then we have the Magician. Beautiful. So what you've done in effect here with this karmic relationship, you've understood that actually you can manifest exactly what you want. And what you had was not what you wanted. And you've now been able to walk away from something to rebuild your life here. Because you had this moment of, having everything stripped down before you here in the tower. But now you've come to this realization because of it. It's almost like you've understood that in order to rebuild your life, you've had to strip everything back here. Because you've understood that actually you are the only one that can bring yourself true love and stability. You don't need someone else to do that for you. You do it for yourself. That doesn't mean somebody won't love you later. That's for sure, because people will love you more if you're able to love yourself. But that's what that's about there. Quite a deep reading there. Actually, quite a lot of the readings have been very deep today, so that doesn't surprise me at all. I'll give you an oracle card to go on that. This is definitely about you moving forward and having, you know, enough love and enough love and respect for yourself to leave things behind, Gemini. Okay, and the card that's come out for you is Crystal. And this is from the Angel Oracle, so it's the Angel Crystal. And it says, have faith and hope, because there is always something positive and new on the horizon that you can't see yet. That's beautiful. Thanks, Gemini.